So you are considering adopting from foster care, and that is amazing. That is wonderful. That is what my husband and I are doing right now. One thing that you're going to come into contact with is the term foster to adopt. And it's important to know the difference between fostering to adopt and doing matched adoption from children who are in foster care. So I want to really quickly tell you the difference, and then that can help you to weigh out your decision and which path you're going to take. Because usually when you're working with an organization, they'll want you to choose one of the two paths, or they may even only be doing one of those two paths. So here's the difference. Foster to adopt means that you are taking children into your home who have just been removed from their parents' care for some reason. And they're basically in an emergency situation where they need a place to live. Now, there could be other situations where you're taking them in as well from another foster care, but most of the situations are coming from in an emergency sort of situation. These children, the state believes and is working towards reunification with their families. So when they're coming into your home, the caseworkers that they're working with are generally not working to get them to come into your house to stay with you as parents. Their caseworkers they're looking out for the best interest of the child, but they're often providing services for the biological parents and counseling or things like that, getting them looking for reunifying these kids with their families, okay? Now, a lot of these children who are in the foster to adopt program, they may, in the future, their parents' rights might be terminated. So that's a possibility. But again, that is not an absolute, you're definitely going to get these children adopted into your family in a year or two. The goal is to have them reunified with their families, with their biological families. Matched adoption means that when you are getting children into your home, they are your children. They're going to become your children. You're going to adopt them for sure. Their parents' rights have been terminated. They've been generally living in another foster care home for the last couple of years or however long the situation has been. So yes, those children are going to be free for adoption. Those are legally free for adoption for you if you're doing matched adoption. So why would anybody choose one over the other? There's a lot of different situations and things you want to look into. Foster to adopt is if you're looking for usually a younger child, babies, or it's usually that sort of a situation. You can get older children as well. But most people who want those younger kids, you're going to want to go through the foster to adopt program. You will be their foster parent for a year, 2 years, whatever the case may be. And then if their parents' rights are terminated, then you have the option of adopting that child. Matched adoption, usually you are getting children who are a little bit older, who are in sibling groups. Maybe they are medically fragile. And the reason for that a lot of times is because a lot of people are doing the foster to adopt program and they are looking for the younger children or the single children, and they will adopt those children. So the kids who are doing matched adoption, they are a little bit harder for the state to place. So another thing is with timelines. Once you are licensed to do foster to adopt and you are able to take calls, for placements. There's a range, but it generally happens relatively quickly because this caseworkers, they need places to put the children. So you have to be ready to do that. Once you get licensed, you have to be ready relatively quickly to do that. And then you are waiting for a while. You're going back and forth with court visits, family visit, like biological family visits and such, over the whole process to see whether or not they are going to return to their biological family or whether you all will get to adopt them into your family. With the matched adoption process, after you get licensed, you're waiting then. You are putting your home study into different, to your caseworker or whatever, for different children that you may be interested in. And you are waiting now without the child or children until you have been matched with a child or a sibling group that is similar to your interests. So that can be anywhere from 6 months to a year. I don't really know. We haven't gotten to that place quite yet in our process. But depending on if you want a younger kid or just one child, you're going to wait longer. And if you are open to older children or sibling groups or to medically fragile children, you'll be matched with a child much more quickly. So those are some of the differences between foster to adopt and doing a matched adoption from foster care. So any questions, feel free to ask me, and I'll continue to hopefully share my little bits of knowledge that I've gained here and there. Have a great day.